We're Deb and Phil from Creatives en Route, two budget travelers who love exploring our home country in our converted SUV camper and taking a few other trips along the way. Join us as we share stories from the road to help make travel more accessible.
Today we're going to show you how we built the bed platform in the back of our RAV4.
Yes, it is a setup that has taken us all across the U.S. on several cross-country road trips through 35 U.S. states, we counted, and 2 countries, including Canada.
And we have saved thousands of dollars traveling this way, and it's super comfortable.
Yeah, and it's super easy to build. You don't have to be somebody that knows all of the tools in the world to figure it out. This was the first piece of furniture we ever built, and we really just needed to know how to operate a drill to make it happen.
So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Before we got started with gathering our supplies and making our cuts to the wood, we wanted to obviously make sure that we had the right measurements in place. So for this, we started out by figuring out how wide we needed the boards to be. And for us, it was important to make sure that it cleared the back of the cargo area without scraping the sides, and of course that it fit in the most narrow part of the back of the SUV, which was at the wheel wells. So we measured the back area at 6.5 inches tall, which is the height that we decided to make the platform bed because it allows for our 6-inch drawers that we had already picked out to easily slide in and out. So we decided to make it 6.5 inches tall, and we measured that area of both this exterior frame and the wheel well area as well. From there, we wanted to figure out how long we wanted the platform bed to be. To make sure that was able to fit in the back, we measured from the back of the seat once it was reclined to the end of the cargo area. And this allowed us to make sure that our platform bed was convertible. Finally, we just needed to know how long to make the 2x4 boards that we were using as legs. So we measured from the top of the seat to the floor of the car on each side, and then one in the middle as well, which is shorter because the floorboard of the console area is a little bit taller in the middle section.
These are the dimensions for our platform bed based on the measurements of our Toyota RAV4, but they can be easily adapted to fit whatever SUV you might drive. After we had our measurements, we made a list of all of the supplies and tools that we needed and headed out to our local hardware store so that we could pick up anything we didn't already have. We're also soccer fans though, so we had to stop by the Messi ad, of course. We picked up wood screws, some threadless bolts, and indoor-outdoor carpet just to make the platform a bit softer. We picked up some carpet tape so that we could secure the carpet to the boards, and then headed to the lumber section to pick up one piece of plywood and a couple of 2x4s to build the platform bed.
You just need some super basic tools that are pretty common household kind of items to have. So regular screwdriver, measuring tape are essentials for this because we will be using those. But you do need a drill and a bit that is wide enough for your drop pins. First, you want to adhere the carpet to the boards. We already got our boards cut over at Lowe's, and we just used that carpet tape around the perimeter and along the edges because, again, we wanted to make sure that the carpet covered the edge so that whenever we put it into the RAV, it doesn't scrape anything. So put your carpet tape right along the edge and along the sides to adhere that carpet. Just make sure that you lay it nice and flush so there's no bubbles in it. Remember whenever you're carpeting your boards to leave one side without carpet on it on each board so that those two halves will sit flush with each other. All right, so we've labeled our board with tailgate side and the back seat side. So the tailgate side, we wanted to orient the legs this way so that it'd be easier to slide the boxes that we would take with us for storage in and out. There's a little bit more room this way. And so we oriented it this way and just divided the board into thirds. We wanted to leave a little bit of extra space so that the legs wouldn't catch on anything whenever we're putting it in and out. And then you just screw it in straight through the carpet into the leg to fasten it on there. For the back seat side, we actually oriented the legs the other way so that it would sit more flush to the back seat, and we could screw on what will eventually become the support for the front side of the platform. This is the top half of the platform bed. There are no legs that get screwed into this one, so all of this just needs holes drilled into it for the drop pins. So we've already carpeted it just like we did with the back, with the carpet tape on the sides and around the edges of the top of it. And we left one side blank so that that side will sit flush with the back half of the platform bed. So we're going to drill the holes now for the drop pins for our leg supports. All we have left to do are the front legs to support the front part of the platform bed. So remember, you have two long legs and then one short one for the middle part where the floor is a little bit higher. So you can double check your measurements if you get it cut at the hardware store or if you're going to cut it yourself. You just want to make sure that you double check your measurements, that everything is right. And then all you're going to do is to drill two holes in the leg that will get attached via the drop pins. Now make sure you measure the top part of your board where you're going to put the drop pins to make sure that everything lines up. Always measure twice and cut once. So now that we have our back half outside and ready to go in our RAV, all we need to do is just make sure that the orientation is set up and to go ahead and place it in. So these sections here is what the front half of the platform is going to rest on. So we know that this side needs to go towards the front of the vehicle. It's really, really easy to go ahead and load this. Even just one person can do it. It's quite lightweight, so it's really easy to maneuver. And because it's more narrow than the tailgate, it slides in really easily with clearance for my hands. So I don't have to worry about hitting my hands on the side of the vehicle while I'm loading it. Now this is the top half of the platform. And we know which orientation it'll have because we didn't put carpet on the side where the two halves join together, so that's a really tight seam. So now I'm just going to slide this forward and the front of it will rest on the back of the seat. Now that the front half is in the vehicle, we just want to put in our legs that are going to support the front part of the platform. So we went ahead and labeled each leg with driver or passenger side and front and back, so all the holes will align. So now that the legs are in place on the driver's and the passenger side, all we need to do is to load in the drop pins just to join it all together. And it's super easy. Just line up the holes and slide the drop pins in. We drilled drop pins in the front and the back just to make sure that everything is held together really well. There are drop pins at each of the three legs and at the back supports where the two halves join together. There are 2 drop pins in each location. So there's a total of 12 drop pins on the whole board. So it keeps everything nice and secure, but no additional tools are needed to assemble this at all. So it's really easy to put together and take apart whenever we're out on the road. So now that everything is together, it is super secure, everything is in place, and now we can go ahead and load on the mattress whenever we're going to do that. So now let's show you how we break this down, because it's just as easy as setting it up. First, we start by taking off the legs from the front, and that's as easy as pulling out those drop pins and taking out the legs. All right, once you get all the drop pins out from the legs, go ahead and take out the drop pins from the back half too, where it comes together. They should come out really easily. And if they don't, just wiggle the board a little bit and that'll raise them up. Now all the drop pins are out and all we have to do is to slide the top board back onto the back. Now you can put the back seat back up into its full natural position. Everything is taken back apart and it fits so nicely back here in the back. The back seats are totally up in their full reclined position, and there's plenty of room. There's a bunch of storage space underneath, and whenever we're not traveling and have it packed out for camping, this is a really nice platform that can easily fit underneath like the shade cover. So you can put groceries or other things right on top of this. It's really nice and sturdy.
All right, let's talk mattresses, because that makes a huge difference in the quality of sleep that you get while you're sleeping and camping in your SUV on the road. We did a ton of research before we started camping just to see what options were available in terms of mattress. And ultimately, we decided to go the route of buying several different foam mattress toppers and layering them up, which we honestly really regret because we spent about $70 over time trying to add more and more layers to make it comfortable. And the reality is that it was never comfortable. It still kind of felt like we were sleeping on a board with just a light pillow on top of it. So we decided to make the upgrade to the mattress that we kind of wanted in the beginning, but didn't want to invest in the money for. So this is the Milliard Trifold mattress, and it is what a lot of people who do full-time RVing use in their setup. So it is a little bit more expensive, but the upgrade to the quality of sleep, honestly, is hard to overstate because we are able to sleep very comfortably through the night now that we have the Milliard mattress. And no, we're not sponsored by Milliard. This is literally just our own experience with trial and error, if you will. The sizes of mattresses that are available if you're trying to sleep two people in the back of your SUV, it is either not wide enough or it's too wide for the width of the car. So we had read online that it is possible to take it out of the cover. You can easily just unzip it and adjust the size by using a box cutter and cutting the mattress to size. It is very tedious. Honestly, it was a little bit annoying to do it, but it has been so worth it. We actually sleep fully through the night now, and honestly, it's as comfortable as pretty much any mattress that we've slept on. We do have some really good friends who also have an air mattress that they use for the back of their car. That is a pretty cost-effective and comfortable solution too. The only issue with that is that it requires a little bit more setup each day. You have to inflate the air mattress each time that you want to set up for the night. We wanted something that would be able to be a little bit more fixed on a camping trip, so we went this route, and I would highly recommend the Milliard mattress. There's a link below in the description. So there you have it. That is how we built our sleeper camper in the back of our Toyota RAV4.
Yeah, it's easy, it's affordable, and it's simple. So it's a perfect solution for us.
Yeah, and if we can build it, trust us, you can build it too.
Absolutely. So we hope that you'll find this helpful for you. And if you have questions about it, leave them down in the comments. We'd be happy to help you out because we want you to get out there and camp more, just like we have.
Yeah. This sleeper camper has taken us all across the U.S. Like we said earlier, we've done multiple trips from Kentucky all the way to California, all the way up to Maine, and all the way down to Florida and back.
Yeah. So follow along with our channel as we camp across America and hopefully some other places too. And we would love to share our stories with you. So like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.
Yes. Bye.